Hello and welcome to Uniform Health, where we take a holistic approach to a healthy lifestyle. So today I'm going to talk about the improvements I've seen in my face and what it took to get there. So as you can see, previously I had a lot of acne before, or what I surmounted to be a lot of acne anyways. And then once I got that to improve, I noticed that there were still some residual issues that I had. Like a rosacea, and then frequently I got like a scaling of the skin around my chin. It was pretty difficult for me to have this, especially after I had felt like I just cleared off my skin, and I almost didn't even really realize that I had this secondary layer of issues that was residing on top of the acne until I actually cleared it out, that being the acne. So again, it was like a flakiness, it was rosacea, and it took a long time for me to recognize what the issue was. And the approach was a sort of a happenstance, something that I came across after doing a lot of discernible efforts and making conscientious choices. The end result was just being cognizant of what I was consuming resulted in identifying an allergy component. So I did a lot of dietary elimination. There were things like bananas, I thought it was the cause. I thought maybe shellfish. I was thinking, okay, I'll address the top 8 allergies, and then I'll address those. And then if that doesn't come to light, if that's not showing an improvement in my face, then I'll find, nightshades and the rest of them there. So unfortunately, what ended up happening is despite the fact that I did go through an elimination period of select components, I diagnosed myself as being not allergic to something that turns out I am allergic to. And that was because the quantity and length of exposure wasn't sufficient to induce the issue I was having. So I did think that I was allergic to eggs, but my consumption level was still on the rounds of like an egg every other day, or maybe every 3 days I was consuming. And then my elimination, I ended up not seeing much improvement, or it wasn't like dramatic per se. And the reality was that my skin condition had I really felt like it was related to food because of its ups and down nature. So it wasn't a persistent thing. I would have good days and bad days, and that's how I felt like something else was exacerbating the issue. And so when I was doing my egg elimination, I felt like I had targeted that issue and felt like it wasn't anything to be worried about. It wasn't until I had exhausted a lot of different elements of things and I had almost nearly given up on the idea of food, that I ended up getting a recipe for like an egg omelet, and I was making these egg omelets constantly. So I was doing like an omelet every day coming back from work. I would make an omelet, like 2 or 3 different eggs. I would put it in this thing and do a little basil and stuff. It was delicious. Over time, I realized that my skin condition was getting worse. It had actually migrated from just my chin scaling like that in the upper areas of my lips and the soreness in them, to now on the side of my face and over the top, above my brow right here, like just below my hairline. And I would get these circle patches, and that's when I felt like there's something seriously wrong. I'm definitely consuming something differently than I've ever consumed before, and it's causing me to have an issue. And being reflective of what I was doing differently, the only thing I came to conclude was I was eating like 2 omelets a day, or at least 1 omelet a day. And that's how I ended up identifying, okay, let's just pull omelets out or eggs out entirely from everything, and I won't consume it at all. And that's easier said than done. It's very easy to screw up. And that probably is what happened to me, is that I thought I was eliminating eggs, but unfortunately, I was probably having them introduced unknowingly at some varying level that kept the persistence at a level that I felt was still aligned with my typical nature of my issue. And so now, generally speaking, I almost eat virtually no eggs, and if I do eat an egg, I have the expectation that I'll have a flare-up of my issue. And so that's basically the story that I have for you to share, is that if you're suffering from something like rosacea, or if you're suffering from something like scaling skin in an appearance like this, that will be in the profile there, I would implore you, I would urge you to really do another review of your dietary restrictions and maybe reintroductions, and also a scaling up. If you have presumption that something might be causing you harm to a sort of limited extent, I mean, with the direction of your doctor, you may, and as long as you're not getting a response that is life-threatening, scaling up might be a faster way to detect the issue than scaling down. So if you eliminate something that you rarely consume, thinking that it's your issue, at least at a quantity, you don't consume it very often, and also not a large quantity, that may have less of an effect, that it will be apparent to you, than creating drastic increases. So, and that's not something I would typically recommend doing because of the severity. You're increasing discomfort, you're increasing an issue, you know, if you don't do it before prom. But I'm 30 now, so the prom's way back there. But that's something that you could try to do instead, if you're having an issue detecting your issues, is increase the quantity that you're consuming, and that may be a way for you to identify. So hopefully this video helps. Hopefully it's not too much rambling for you. It's been a while since I've uploaded. Please reach out if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, and thanks for watching.